I'm Danny Epperson, and I'm inside the radiant Commodore Dinner Theater in downtown Portsmouth. Thanks for joining me for WHRO's Cinema 15 and our presentation of the 1953 classic, From Here to Eternity. Even if you've never seen From Here to Eternity, you probably know this kiss. The American Film Institute ranks Deborah Kerr and Burt Lancaster's steamy embrace in the waves at number 20 on their list of the most passionate scenes of all time. But here's the thing, From Here to Eternity isn't considered a love story. The 1953 film is based on the 1951 novel by James Jones. Jones's 850-page book is an unfiltered and unflattering expose of life in the U.S. Army. When it was released, it caused a sensation for its bawdy language, brutal violence, and frank sexuality. Industry experts considered the book unfilmable. It was too explosive and too controversial. No studio in Hollywood wanted to touch it. Only Harry Cohn, co-founder of Columbia Pictures, accepted the challenge to bring it to the big screen. From Here to Eternity focuses on 3 soldiers stationed on a Honolulu Army base in the months leading up to the attack on Pearl Harbor. Montgomery Clift stars as Private Robert E. Lee Pruitt, a talented bugler and boxer who butts heads with his commanding officer.
Looks to me as if you're trying to acquire a reputation as a lone wolf, Pruitt. You should know that in the Army, it's not the individual that counts.
Burt Lancaster is Sergeant Warden, a career military man in love with his captain's wife, played by Deborah Kerr. Donna Reed plays Laureen, a gentleman's hostess at a private club. And Frank Sinatra plays the wisecracking Private Angelo Maggio.
Man, what I would not give to have this character in a corner pool room in my hometown.
When From Here to Eternity was released in the summer of 1953, it was a smash. By the end of its run, the film became the biggest moneymaker in the history of Columbia Pictures. From Here to Eternity earned 13 Academy Award nominations and took home 8 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actress for Donna Reed, and a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for Frank Sinatra.
I'd just like to say, however, that they're doing a lot of songs here tonight, but nobody asked me. I love you, though. Thank you very much.
I'll be back after the movie to tell you about how this film inspired random acts of vandalism and why Burt Lancaster was so afraid of his co-star. But for now, hit the lights, get proper comfortable, and enjoy From Here to Eternity. That was an amazing film. I'd like to think that Alma eventually found that proper life she dreamed of. As for the captain's wife, she'll always have that magical moment on the beach. Director Fred Zinnemann originally had the couple standing in the sand, but the scene lacked passion. It was Lancaster's idea to try it lying down. Timing the waves required take after take and kiss after kiss. And in the end, it took 3 days to film that famous 10-second scene. And while it may seem tame by today's standards, in 1953 that roll in the surf was considered precariously pornographic. Movie censors banned Columbia Pictures from using stills from the beach kiss in promotional materials, and there were reports of theater projectionists physically cutting out frames of the film to keep as souvenirs. While that seaside embrace is one unforgettable moment, From Here to Eternity is full of memorable performances. Montgomery Clift transformed himself into Pruitt. He studied every day to play a convincing soldier, bugler, and boxer. Zinnemann said that Clift's uncompromising work ethic even improved the performances of his fellow actors. Burt Lancaster recalled his first scene with Clift, saying that he'd never worked with an actor of Clift's power before and was afraid that, quote, he was going to blow me right off the screen. But the film's biggest surprise was Frank Sinatra. In 1953, Sinatra's career was in trouble. A series of musical flops had sunk his movie career, damaged vocal cords had put his singing on hold, and his rocky marriage to Ava Gardner kept him in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Sinatra lobbied hard for the role of Maggio. He even had his wife call the head of the studio. When they eventually offered him the role, he agreed to do it for a fraction of his usual salary. The gamble paid off. Sinatra's Oscar-winning performance turned things around and kicked off a major comeback for Old Blue Eyes.
From here to eternity.
That's all I have for this week. I'm Danny Epperson, and I'll see you next time for WHRO's Cinema 15 and another classic movie. I'm Danny Epperson. Here's a classic movie quiz. 1953's From Here to Eternity features an all-star cast, including Burt Lancaster and Montgomery Clift.
I ain't fighting.
Which cast members won the only acting Oscars of their careers in this film?
Are you crazy?
Frank Sinatra and Donna Reed. You provide the popcorn, the couch, and the TV. We'll provide great movies like From Here to Eternity. Watch Cinema 15, Saturday night at 8 on WHRO TV 15.